It's 12 minutes moving on to the 8 o'clock hour. Good night, everybody, and welcome to National Showcase on this beautiful Tuesday night in the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis. Listen to the family stations that I said with your host, Stokes. Until midnight tonight.
He came back from England after living there for 6 decades. Nostalgic about the fruits he enjoyed as a boy. Reminiscing about the fruit trees he used to read, mentioning the one that brought the most joy. But he noticed the fruit trees are disappearing while clearing lands to build housing. I told him yes, that's the price of progress. He seemed stressed, but he did confess that he wanted to find the fat pork tree above all the rest. I told him mango trees I see daily, so WhatsApp trees are plenty, but I don't know when last I saw the fat pork tree. Pumps a rat and skin him when in season we fill buckets, but I don't know when last I saw the fat pork tree. But the mystery is that he's asking me. I told him I have the gooseberry and red cherry, but I don't have a fat pork tree. Do you believe me? I don't have no fat taxing his memories about when he left 60 years ago. Of the many places, so many fruit trees will grow. Sea grapes and locusts, also known as stinking toe. Mansi port red fruit and Bolton mango. The cherry nut and the maca, those seeds was hard as ever. Almond seed, we had to crack out also. But the one thing he's hoping to see before he go back to England is that fat pork tree. I told him mango trees I see daily, so WhatsApp trees are plenty, but I don't know when last I saw the fat pork tree. Pumps a rat and skin it when in season we fill buckets, but I don't know when last I saw the fat pork tree. But the mystery is that he's asking me. I told him I have the gooseberry and red cherry, but I don't have a fat pork tree. Do you have a fat pork? Do you have a fat pork? I told him to check the Department of Agriculture, because I believe they may have what he's looking for. He said, with all due respect, I have done that before, but somebody told him I might have the answer. I told him I am not a botanist, but being in the restaurant business, I check the farmer's market for fruits and vegetables. So on my property, fruit trees could be found. The fat pork tree, you won't see around. I told him mango trees I see daily, so WhatsApp trees are plenty, but I don't know when last I saw the fat pork tree. Pumps a rat and skin it when in season we fill buckets, but I don't know when last I saw the fat pork tree. And the mystery is that he's asking me. I told him I have the gooseberry and red cherry, but I don't have a fat pork tree. Do you believe me?
No, I don't believe you.
Wondering why and who directed him to me. because I don't know the mister from my job, and why anyone would think that I have a fat poultry, and why he engaged me in this conversation. But every time I ask the question, they look at me with suspicion, and this is what really bothers me, because I know I am not guilty of concealing any fat poultry. I told them mango trees I see daily, so what's up trees are plenty, but I don't know when last I saw the fat poultry. Farm to the rat and skin it, when in season we fill bucket, but I don't know when last I saw the fat poultry. And the mystery is that he's asking me. I told him I have the gooseberry and red cherry, but I don't have a fat poultry. Hey, do you believe me? I don't have no fat pork.
I want to believe you, you know. Oh boy, well, the lady says she don't have a fat pork. It's 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. I got some friends in the house to come with me tonight, so later we're supposed to get introduce you to some my usual friends them, so don't dig nothing.
It was
out of Queen City, Nevis. He goes by the name of Hollywood. Mother from Nevis, father from St. Kittsburg.
Team unity, change the word unity, definition.
Hollywood.
The pretty say, not Timothy, but the sheriff more clever than he. Now Labour back in power, the plans backfire. After we forget karma, she could be sweet or sour. If greed didn't get to the head, Church Street would have never ever turn red. The unfortunate situation is a blessing for our nation. They united in opposition, complaining about corruption. Boy, karma, karma,
Karma is a switch.
karma, karma, karma.
Is a switch.
Do good, please do good.
Karma is a switch.
A free advice from Hollywood.
Karma is a switch.
Today for you, tomorrow for me, yesterday everybody. Fair and square, leave a next man share. I hope you hear, boy. Karma, karma,
Karma is a switch.
karma, karma.
Karma is a switch.
I always wonder why you call the name Hollywood. Call the name Gingerland. Fountain or something. All the way in Hollywood, Papa.
Christians say, trust in Jesus, because man, most time unjust. A bit of faith, you two can celebrate like Papa Douglas. From a leader, perfect example, to emphasize when you dig a hole, dig two. Life is a wheel, the karmic law will make you feel. When the truth reveal, like a pig you squeal. What goes up will come down, and what goes around will come around. Be wise ahead, say, every dog has its day. For your bad deeds you will pay, judgment you won't get away. Cause karma, karma,
Karma is a switch.
karma, karma.
Karma is a switch.
Do good, please do good.
Karma is a switch.
A reminder from Hollywood.
Karma is a switch.
Today for you, tomorrow for me, yesterday everybody. Fair and square, leave a next man share. I hope you hear, yeah. Karma, karma, karma is a switch. Karma, karma, it ain't no black magic, yeah.
What Hollywood saying, eh? I don't know what you wanted to say. Just trying to create something on this spot. I believe that.
A man, twice a child, hearing this for a very long while. now can confess. Karma knows your address, status and profile. Wickedness sometimes prosper, but when karma apply pressure, the strongest will break. Make no mistake, karma ain't no fake. For goodness sake, Dr. Drew, our Prime Minister, few things I want you consider. Man, so just your honesty and dose of integrity, respect for everybody. Don't be selfish and greedy, cause karma is a switch. Karma
is a switch.
Too good, please do good.
Karma is a switch.
A free advice from Hollywood.
Karma is a switch.
Today for you, tomorrow for me, yesterday everybody. Dearest square, leave a next man share. I hope you hear it.
Karma is a switch.
Karma. Give me the music.
That's the sound of Hollywood out of Queen City, Nevis. Oh my goodness, the man is he's something else. As the son of Zuzo, that's Mr. Henderson Tunka Abdurrahman's brother. That's what he's supposed to call Tunka Abdurrahman uncle. That's right. Man, Hollywood out of Queen City, Nevis wants about one thing about Hollywood, man. He don't give up. He like a tiger. This honesty. Who is the uncle of mention of the New Vibes Band? Former Calypso monarch out of Newtown.
.9% I'm an honest man. 0.1% I'm a free. Every day I try living up to my honest name, but someone make me feel shame. Police came embarrass me, late put charges on me, shocked me for stealing the show last year. They say I keep coming last, two judges fire they last, so they arrest me for larceny. Police arrest me last night for larceny. Larceny. I stole nothing tangible from nobody. Why don't you lock up unfair judges who sit down and rob me every year? That is definitely larceny. But you only got strength for me. You ain't arrest man from Kentucky who rock up everybody. Injustice to me, we all know. All I did was stole the show. Come down, jam it, man. Hey. When I don't sing, police gon' lock me up again. This time I'm going straight to jail. I banging me out, but ain't got lawyer money. But I know my fans will bail me. People taking advantage of the underprivileged and the poor really can't take anymore. But even big shots getting licks, and I mean in politics. It was a lot of political gimmicks. Police arrest me last night for larceny. I stole nothing tangible from nobody. Some of you are poor people people every day. Social security you not pay, but only me alone get locked up. I read it on Facebook and WhatsApp. You ain't arrest them 6 ministers who beat hello PLV and Pam. That was assault and battery, but only me alone guilty. All kinds of high-class corruption happening, and millions misappropriating. Tell me, why is it this small man always have to pay, but white-collar thieves get away? I believe in equal rights, so we all must have justice, but come like justice is pronounced just ice. The legal system is melting, while corruption escalating. Justice minister, please do something. Police arrest me last night for larceny. 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 I stole nothing tangible from nobody. 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 Nobody is above the law. Vex now, keep me in your claw. Turn snake, give me you venom. I can't feel a thing from me body numb. Illegal deeds were on the menu. Ask Mac and Gat and PM2. Some turn a blind eye to the truth. No way this mouth stay in the man mute. Come down. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. They let me out to sing on the show. I'm going back in jail now, you hear? Why?
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Come lock me back up.
I'm going to see you when they release you, okay? Okay, honestly, no problem. I'll wait till you come out. Oh, boy. Well, it's right go.
Jenny, this one is for you. And all the girls are writing to their pastor about whether the ring or the thing should come first. This would help you to avoid untold suffering.
Cutting.
I know I'm
Spoiling me.
Give a lesson and you will learn.
On you're going to get. On you're going to get.
One of life's greatest tragedy is infidelity. Too many people get married in too much a hurry. Long before you say I do, make sure you're compatible. Before you pay for it, make sure the damn thing fit.
Yeah.
Before you marry and you put on the ring, you better check out the ting. Before you marry and you put on the ring, you better check out the ting. That is a recipe for horn you're gonna get. That is a recipe for horn and horn you're bound to get. You might meet up a fellow looking real macho, but he could be fronting with plenty shortcomings. You know you got plenty appetite, but you wait till honeymoon night. When you end up in a fight for the man is a transvestite. Before you marry and you put on the ring, you better check out the ting. Before you marry and you put on the ring, you better check out the ting. Because that is a recipe for horn you're gonna get. That is a recipe for horn you're bound to get. I know Tony won't agree, but I know a lady who just got married and her husband was more interested in the best man than she. And this husband just got married to his wife and find out when they get home that she had more equipment than he. So you understand? You gotta check out the thing before the ring. It's not the other way around, okay?
On you're going to get.
Jenny, darling. Give me a call. This cute little darling swear she's a virgin. You believe in chastity and you want to get married. In front the preacher you say I do, but the preacher laughing at you. For long before she met you, he thought she was a virgin too. Hey, before you marry and you put on the ring ring. You better check out the ting ting before you marry and you put on the ring ring. You better check out the ting ting before you marry and you put on the ring ring. You better check out the ting ting before you marry and you put on the ring ring. Here, you better check out the ting ting. That is a recipe for horn you're gonna get. That is a recipe for horn you're bound to get. Some people get married for security. Some people get married just for the honey. Sandra ended up making a jail for the man she loved without fail. When she found out recently, she man love more man than she.
Sandra, mine. You know what Sakuti say?
Before you marry and you put on the ring ring.
Buy more.
The ting ting. For that is a recipe for horn you're going to get. That is a recipe for horn you're going to get. Before you marry and you put on the ring ring. You better check out the ting ting before you marry and you put on the ring ring. You better check out the ting ting, for that is a recipe for horn you're going to get. That is a recipe for horn you're bound to get. Before you marry and you put on the ring ring. You better check out the ting ting.
Hey, that's the sound of King Socrates out of the Sandy Point area. Brother to the Pharaoh.
Horn you're going to get.
Oh boy, not forgetting Mr. Isaac there in K-On. How you do? Hope everything nice with you. Good night to you and your beautiful family. Don't worry, the preacher can tell him what's going on, see?
Jenny, this is Pastor Webb.
And Brother Sheldon.
Could you please put me on to Sakoti, please?
Hold on.
Hold on.
This one is for you. From a Christian
Sakoti didn't like this one. Tell Papa.
From what is right. My pastor is a marriage
Sakoti get wet.
and we have the answer.
Give him permission to sing.
One of life's greatest tragedy is pleasing the Almighty. Too many people get married without consulting Him. Carefully listen to what King Sako say. You'll be a laughing stock one day. Hold to your integrity. Give your husband your virginity. Unless you married and you put on the ring ring, you can't check out the ting ting. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring,
You can't check out the...
for that is a recipe for hell. Fire,
well.
for that is a recipe for hell. Fire, you bound to get. This lady didn't hear me. Now she have the HIV, front in every newspaper. She's left to suffer. Think you had plenty appetite. The apple you eat was bad from inside. Now you end up in a jam. You stay in that drinking stuff, the.com. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring, ha, you can't check out the ting ting. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring, you can't check out the ting ting. For that is a recipe for hell. Fire you bound to get. For that is a recipe for hell. Fire you bound to get.
If you are not a marriage counselor, please don't put people in hot water. Listen to Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 5. For as a young man married at a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee. Take my advice.
I hear the pastor. Pastor preaching, Papa.
You bound to get.
Sex immorality and promiscuity, teenage pregnancy, encouraged by Socrates, telling people to try the thing before they put on the ring. Put the cart before the horse, you give Satan a big laugh.
Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring, you can't check out the ting ting. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring, you can't check out the ting ting. For that is a recipe for hell. Fire you going to get. For that is a recipe for hell. Fire you bound to get.
Before you get married, seek God Almighty. Sex before marriage is strictly adultery. You could get the HIV and lose your life subsequently, resting in the cemetery and hell eternally.
Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring, You gotta check out the ting ting. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring. You can check out the ting ting. But this is a recipe for hell. Fire you going to get. But this is a recipe for hell. Fire you bound to get. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring. You can check
The answer from the preacher, Papa.
you marry and you put on the ring ring. You can check out the ting ting. For this is a recipe for hell. Fire you bound to get. For this is a recipe for hell. Fire you bound to get. Unless you marry and you put on the ring ring. You can check out the ting ting. Unless you marry and you put on the ring.
Boy, Anthony, you hear that, man?
Check out the ting ting.
Bye, Anthony Penstina there in Antigua, listening to the family station and enjoying the night. Not forgetting those brothers down in St. Croix. How you guys doing? Hope everything nice with you and the family. I know you are in lockdown, so we're going to drop this one on you, okay? This one from King of the Mat called Grenada. Well, well.
Wednesday, 19th October, 1983, will go down as a bloody memory in Grenadian history. Subsequently, the Caribbean came in for rude awakening, cause the events in Grenada that day were shocking. Listening to Radio Free Grenada, I was dismayed and upset to learn how your criminal leader and his diehards met their death by fellow party members who struggle for the same cause. But it's like Judas came and wreaked havoc in your scores. And oh, Grenada, my heart bleeds for you. The whole world mourn your troubles too. Oh, Grenada, may peace with you abide. The world is standing at your side. But go, read school, everybody should understand. But there is no need for the want and destruction of lives in your land. So I pray for a swift return to democracy, unity, justice, and of course prosperity. And may your enemies reap their destruction. And I pray God will watch over your nation.
That's the sound of the King of the Mat, the maestro, Elston Nero. Don't forget, I got some friends here tonight coming in with me tonight, so all stick and still because National Showcase gone viral. Here comes the man, the man, them who's supposed to be here tonight. So sit down and enjoy all your night, okay? Welcome, we're gonna say welcome to Mark the First. Welcome, Mark the First, and I'm nice to see him, man. He looks like he's going to perform, man. He's going, yeah, right there. It looks like you're going to perform. This man looking so awesome. Hey, Bevan, put the camera on these. My goodness.
Despotic Austin imposed day-long curfew.
Nice to see you guys in the place. It's a pleasure, believe it or not. It's a pleasure. My heart feel good now.
Inequitable confinement, morning, noon, day and night. And who dare to come on the streets will be shot on sight. Promiscuous killing and selling of people is contrary to common sense. War in a lesser developed country can only bring indigence. You have many homeless natives who have heard the battle cry. But on God, your retribution will surely be
exodus of Cubans and Russians must surely please your soul. Well said, thank you, Reagan. And let them Yankees roll. For I beg to dissuade friendship of superpowers. For they only go to war in foreign waters. While Russia and Cuba don't fight America in Moscow, Havana, or California. Amen. Oh yes, oh yes.
Oh boy, yes, folks. You have been listening to the maestro, King Alimat.
Neighbor had plenty outside women. His wife was always on his case. And when she make a plan to confront him, he up and slap she in the face. Well, I'm a strong and beautiful black woman. I'm a proud woman with me this violence conceived. I ain't taking licks from no husband. Let us resolve our problems and then part in peace. You think I'll let you come and just hit me, throw me down to the ground and kick me, watch me straight in me eye and box me, want to bust up me lip then kiss me. I must be a punching bag. You don't know your place, hitting me in me face. You're going to lose your space cause I'm throwing out your backside. Man can't take boy different. Once they hear boy they scared. They give in boy for years. They're ready to kill now they getting paid. Man can't take boy they vex. Once they get boy in stress. You don't like boy then rest or we'll see who win the boy thing contest. It ain't just no you men like to harm us. We know all man bad since we small. But when a girlfriend give a good bite up, they want to share more box and fall. Well, I'm a girl who's so steady, no abuse and not taking no misuse, no not from no man. No lick you give to me, could say I love you. Otherwise I'll use that love too and chop off your hand. You think I'll sit and let you just slap me, stand up high and you just don't crack me, grab me round by me neck and choke me in me back with knife. You won't poke me. You think I'm neat? Boy, you out of place, digging me in me ways. You sex life bout to spoil cause I'm heating up me sweet oil. Man can't take boy they friend. Once they hear boy they scared. They give in boy for years. They're ready to kill now they getting paid. Man can't take boy they vex. Once they hear boy in stress. You don't like boy then let's obviously who win the boy thing contest. touch me. You crazy. You don't know your place. Stepping in me space. I gon' pull out me mace. You sure bound to get a taste. Man can't take boy this mess. Once they hear boy this scared. They giving bite for years. They ready to king on we get it clear. Man can't take boy their best. Once they get boy in stress. You don't like boy, then let's all we see who win the biting contest.
Ah, boy, yes, we move into Monkey Hill and St. Peter's and we're going to say goodnight to the man. Oh, my goodness. Man, I always singing this kind of song, yeah. Black beard, and he ain't got no beard at all, you know. He feels shine like a breadfruit.
Black, when you're married, you're gonna love your wife. Kaiso. There's a lot of things, my friends, that I love in life. But bet your life, one of them have to be my wife. We make love in the morning, at noon and night. But if I sleep with Sema, you know I love me wife. I ain't gonna be like the big man who they say running round and round. They claim he made a baby with a young lady up in your town. But that is not my business. Come on, let him strive. He just proved to the public where he love he wife. He love he wife.
He love his wife. That's how he glad he love his man.
He wife. Oh.
You know what happened then?
He love he wife.
Glad his wife.
Yes, Kunji. Mackie. Lawson. When you're married, you're gonna love your wife, boy.
Tell me about it.
You love your wife, boy.
Say good night to Mr. Otto there in station. Mr. Otto, how you do? Hope everything nice with you and the family. See, he just love Blackbeard. Blackbeard, you know. Never mind.
Single woman in my federation. I got to chat with the PM to let us have 5 wives like Arabians. Because no help from us world. Shelton Nodian. They went to war with George Bush to drop bomb and Saddam. And the security partner married to a lady from St. Lucia. She said Blackbeard, she had to left and go with a Rasta.
Imagine that, huh?
Because every night in the bed they do fight. He turn in the back and she because he don't want any wife.
Don't say that. Do not say that.
He don't want any wife.
Bed is not a place to fight.
Want any wife.
Bed is a place to, you could finish it for yourself.
Oh boy, he don't want any wife.
National Showcase on a beautiful Tuesday night, and I'm here with Mark the First and Papa Zach. Papa Zach gonna come in and tell you what's going on, okay? Mark the First come spend some time with me.
Don't love your wife. Yes, I. Yes, sir. Soon as you're married, I know. I was born, my friends, because of wife. Mom and dad got married and they really had a nice life. But some wife they nice, some hot you belly, some of them look looks so sweet, boy, you really have to eat. Ask me partner Ricky and Tony Berry, Bob who drive the taxi, they say wife almost kill he. And the minister who jumped through the abattoir, running from Shelly that night, boy, he really loved his wife. He loved his wife. Yes, he loved his wife. He loved his wife. Oh boy, he loved his wife. Oh, yes, Booker. Kaiser. I know when you're married, Booker, you're gonna love your wife. Sailor, I know you're married, but you still love your wife. To get a wife, my friends, it's really rough and tough. They got some men out there, boy, they really like to bluff. You try at 20, they giving cell phone and TV. Boy, as long as this man alive, you can get any wife. Bob Fulton and Booney, Richard and Mikey, Candyman and Licky, poisoning the young ladies with money. Boy, you have to be strong before you turn anti-man. Thank God Miss Palmer alive, so we could get we wife. So we could get we wife. Oh yes, so we could get we wife. So we could get we wife. Oh boy, so we could get we wife. Give the poor man a chance, man. Controller, stop it.
It's that time again for the morning drive, right here on ZIZ 96.1, where
we have it a nice time.
Keeping you company at work, on your way to work, and those of you on vacation with today's biggest hits. It's the At Work Network right here on ZIZ Radio from 6 to 11.
Oh.
Tune in for Policing with You, a half-hour radio program every Thursday morning at 9:15 on ZIZ Radio. Join host as he focuses on crime, factors contributing to criminal activity, crime prevention, and how the community can assist the police in reducing crime. It's Policing with You every Thursday morning at 9:15 on ZIZ Radio. Join us.
Hi, I am Pastor Clive Saunders, and I am inviting you to join me every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 for Praise on the Pulse, right here on ZIZ Radio. It will be a powerful time of praise and worship unto our God. Tune in and be blessed.
Talking Sports is back. Join us as we bring you the scores, the stats, the facts, and lively interactive discussions on sporting events, personalities, locally, regionally, and internationally. It's Talking Sports, this and every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on ZIZ Radio.
Watch the creep. Look out, this is it. Something new, something fresh.
something exciting. Jump off show on ZIZ Radio with the man Chico. Yo. Every Monday to Thursday, Chico will be in the house with the 3 to 6 minutes. So tell your neighbors, tell your friends about this exciting show on ZIZ Radio, the Jump Off Show. Every Monday to Thursday, 3 to 6. Don't miss it. While the others give you some, we give you more. Right here on ZIZ Radio. Watch the creep.
Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., ZIZ Radio goes into overdrive with the Magic Fingers Ronnie Rascal Mega Mix Show. You heard? Up your dial to 96.1 FM. It's the show that brings the vibes to your Saturday afternoon lime, bar hopping, party hangouts, or just driving around. You don't want to miss the Saturday Mega Mix Show. You don't want to miss the Saturday Mega Mix Show. It's old school and new school remixes by yours truly, Magic Fingers, Ronnie Rascal, every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. ZIZ Radio.
Partner, how you doing? Where you been these days?
I've been on family land. I cut back all the trees and them and burn the bush and planting some crops. I just here in town getting more fertilizer and a pump to pull up the water from the river.
Wait, so all the bush and the trees gone?
If you see crops, it's like I growing money.
But you use the land stabilization techniques and have approval to take the river water, right?
Approval? The river is on my property and land, is my land.
Partner, the land is still the island. It's all of we have to live here. The soil runoff will silt up the river. The fertilizer will grow weeds and cause flood when season starts. Plus the water resources for everyone, not just your crop. You don't realize the climate is changing?
Look, I don't care about all of that. It's my land, my crops, and my water. No one can tell me what to do.
This is our land, and climate change is changing the challenges we face as a nation. Land management technique, water resource protection, and flood and drought mitigation is for everyone who lives on this land. Our island. Be a part of the change. A message of hope from Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change.
This is my land, my island, our home. It's time to come together to keep her forever resilient and strong.
Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change. The Climate Change Adaptation and Sustainable Land Management Initiative of the OECS Commission, funded by the European Union.
Go to islandresilience.org for more information, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Water is life, 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 life. Water is life, 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 life. Do just one thing.
Every jacko, make sure you check for leaks around your house every day. Every jacko, when brushing your teeth, don't let the water run away. Come save the water, preserve the water right now. Every jacko, save the water whenever you're taking your shower. Every jacko, make saving the water your business every hour. The water right now. It's up to me and you and you and you and you. Get water right now.
Do just one thing.
From your home to our studio, it's the man Mick Stokes keeping our culture alive on the radio.
Ah, boy, like I told you before, we got some friends in the building with me tonight, and I'm going to introduce you to the first one. We're going to say good night to Mr. Zach Nisbet. Good night to you, sir.
A pleasant good evening to you, Mick.
Nice.
And to the entire St. Kitts populace and the wider field, the wider Caribbean, and the world, the whole wide world.
Ah, boy, listening to us tonight.
First of all, I just want to, there is a distinguished gentleman in this building tonight, and I can't help but just big him up. Mr. Cecil Hamilton, which is Mark the First.
Ah, boy.
One of the old Calypsonians who have done justice with the Calypso.
Yes.
Very intelligent young. he has my
Nice, nice.
yes, and he's here tonight. Annual Basil Henderson Easter Monday 4-H organization, and this is going to be superb. Through the COVID a few years, we had to lay that aside for the time being. Last year we came back, it was good, but this year is going to be 10 times better. I can assure you that. In fact, so far I've given out most of my my papers with all the different for sponsorships, and the response has been overwhelming, extraordinary. Trust me.
Nice. Good to hear.
Yes,
Good to
I
hear.
am,
Good to hear that.
and I want to thank Mick, because one night we were here and Mick suggests, yeah, why I don't include like the what you call it, the a relay.
Okay.
And instantaneously I went and I told the lady who is preparing the program for me, which is Miss Carolee Body, a wonderful friend. She always go out of her way to assist me. Last year, this year is no different. I was there today, and trust me, everything will be okay. So she incorporated that already in the swimming races. Make sure it's there from the 8 to 12 boys, the 13 to 16 men, and the ladies. We are going to do the relay from down by the close to the Fisherman's Wharf. Come up, about 3 sets. So we'll have about 2 or 3 groups. Get them to identify themselves and they swim. Just like when you're doing a relay on the field and you pass the baton, but instead of the baton, we are going to use the hand. They touch one another hand and come up. And the people on the show will get a good chance because they see them coming up from down that side. He also suggested to me, what about those little boys who get on the pier and they do a lot of acrobatic stunts over the water? So that has been incorporated as well. So it didn't fall on deaf ears. I incorporated it into the program as well. So you'll be seeing a whole ton of excitement this time. Yeah, we are going to start 9 o'clock sharp. When I say sharp, I mean sharp. DJ Dice, I went to look for him today, and I'm going back to look for him. And if he can't start on time, I have somebody else in mind. And while I'm on that, I want to thank Uncle Tease for the past 15 to 20 years now. He has been the one paying the guy, whoever there on the beginning, paying him to play. He play, and I'm always on the mic, because you see, some people don't like it, but when people give and sponsor, I always make sure that you hear what they give. It could be a cake of soap or 2 cake of soaps. I always make sure I come on this radio station as soon as I get, and I come on and say what they give. And not only that, you go down there, you see about 8 big sheets. It will be done again this year. And you'll see every single item, whatever they give, you see it right there on the thing. I was showing a friend today, and I have some of the DVDs from way back when. So it's always good. Transparency is my thing. I don't care what they say. Transparency comes first. And when you go down there, Mark, when you look on the table, you see all the gifts open. Don't want nothing covered. This year we have, normally we have Father Cassius, who evoke God's blessings on the proceedings, going to swim races. But this year we have a friend of mine. They live in England, but they have a big house here. Mr. and Mrs. Robert and Margaret Christopher. Christopher is Reverend. She'll be opening it with the prayers. We have someone from the courts Just today I was there, and they're setting up the prize as well. And the guy will be coming down for quotes to say a few words. I've also asked Dominique of TDC. I wanted to get some of the sponsors involved, you know. So I have Dominique Matthew. He will be also saying a few words on behalf of TDC, because every year TDC give me this 5-gallon kit of grease, and the home and building depot, a lots of prizes, microwaves and all that sort of thing. So people down there go home with proper prizes, and they don't hate me. You hear what I tell you, Mick? And that is important, because that is the tradition. That is the tradition. That is the tradition. And it's a good thing, while they behave themselves and so. Diamond Security, they have already indicated they normally give a $500. Hobson's Enterprise, likewise. Builders Paradise, over the years they have been giving lawnmower, and they give lawnmower 1 year, they give weed eaters for the past years, and I do hope, I think that is the same thing they are coming with, or something more elaborate every single year.
So you got the security?
The security,
like
oh yes, we
have
have the policemen, they are always there. Let us go on out to them. And they don't make joke when they're down there. They stay around the table and make sure everything is okay. So nobody could get you with no bus space and them things.
So just in case a person can't make it from point A to point B, has anybody to rescue them?
Oh yes, that is important. In fact, there is a gentleman who worked with the Coast Guard over the years. And he was supposed to be here tonight. I don't know if you've heard him, Mike. Villette, V-E-A-L-E-T, Villette Pemberton. They call him Eddie. He's a top-class diver. Last year he was in the water, and he was behind all the swimmers. When the gun go out, he come behind with a raft light, and he swim behind them. So if anybody look out of order, look like they're going down, he just pull them on the raft, which is real professionalism. Yeah, even though you have the Coast Guard, we have the Coast Guard, we thank them. They are always there. The EMS service to be there on the pier, and also the Red Cross. We can't forget the Red Cross, because the Red Cross is involved in a lot of things. All these Olympic races and everything, you see the Red Cross. So these are people we have to give credence to. They're always there. And then we have, 66 years and 66 days. And we want to make it more attractive this year. So different to those things, we have the ham. We get the ham from Rams every year. Rams give a ham for the past years. Last year, they gave us, to the COVID, and so we came back, they gave us 10 cases of water and the ham. This year, we are looking forward for about 5 hams. The reason for that is the ham.
That's a lot of pork.
The ham will be an attractive kind of thing, like. And because it's attractive, when one ham finishes, we want to put on the next one. We want to put on the next one all the time, because that is what people come down to see. Mainly. Last year, the TDC, at the last moment we went, no grease was there, and the neighbors hadn't any grease. We had to use butter. Butter and lard.
Butter, where you put in bread?
Butter and lard, yes. And that was suggested by the Demerara distillers.
That's a lot of butter.
They give a lot of prizes as well. Demerara distillers, they give cards, they give a case of something, and they also give trophy. So the man suggested, buy butter could use, lard co-op, And we said by the nearby shops, thanks to the guy, Christopher Roberts. He is the one who greased the poles, and trust me, in fact I went up to TDC this year twice. The bossman Gums wasn't there. I went back yesterday and I said, look, I waited until the last minute, and he indicated, go up there and tell the guy, get the grease for you. I could have brought it down yesterday, but by tomorrow the grease.
So you're going to use no more butter?
No more butter.
Because you didn't buy like butter in my bread.
And hear the joke now. They grease the standing pole in the sand. It's a metal pole. I get the pole from Skeet. For the sea hustler, he loaned us the pole. And that pole is very slippery. But the pole in the sand. We had the grease, the butter was on it last year. And nobody was getting that $350, you know. That comes from Scenic Railway. This year we expect some Scenic Railway tours as well. So we can take 1 or 2 people on the Scenic Railway as well. Normally happens to the COVID and so, but we would like to get back that as well. But the 350 go up there. And it's when we finish, I realized the crowd crossed there and nobody gone with the money. I came across and decided, okay, I want somebody go home with it. And I told them to pull it down a little bit, because they couldn't pull it down by themselves. So they came, as soon as they pull it down, a little boy went up and get it. He had $350. So the people were vexed because the excitement was good, watching them going up and sliding around the bottom. You know, it was a treat. Because it's a lot of fun, Mark. And the we had the buns, eating the buns off the string that came from Fancy Loaf. And trust me, that was good. I said big people and young people. About 8 buns on the string, and you have to put your hand behind your back. So I told Carl and Des that we need more buns because we're going to extend it cross on the sand so that those persons can see, and we're going to put it by the gifts where we had them last time. So we'll have a number of people going through that.
So we have to something. So if I'm eating a piece of banana off the sand and you drop in the sand, you gotta eat it too?
No, you can't take it up. You have to continue on top there.
Okay,
when
so
you drop, you're done.
When you drop it, when you drop it.
It's an art because the bun keep moving, you know, it was if the wind high.
Okay.
So you have to settle yourself, take your time and bite. It's so,
You know.
It's so finished fast. Yeah, it's a lot of skill. And
yes,
the hula hoop is a big thing.
You got hula hoop, so you got hula hoop.
Yes, but the
bun
hula
eating
hoops I had was a heavy hula hoop. So I want some lighter ones.
Want some lighter
Anybody could give me the lighter ones.
Okay.
You have one light one, but all the rest is too heavy. So we need about 4 or 5 light ones.
So what all you got?
We have the skipping rope.
Skipping rope.
We do that as well. And we're going to incorporate a lot of games.
Okay.
A lot of games. We want to extend the whole day. The boxing.
Oh, you got boxing too?
Man, how you mean? The boxing wasn't the last year. The boxing, we are going to put up the ring the day before. Now, I didn't realize Bumpy and myself went up by Wycliffe, where Wycliffe lived, going up by Limbo side up on the hill. And he has up there nicely decorated and so. But when we were up there, Wycliffe said to us, nobody was there. Wycliffe said, boy, I see all you up there and all when you come in the door. Because we went up to look for him. Because, you know, this camera business and so. So he said, this spot everything. So anyhow, he told me, I said, look, Wycliffe, we want to have the boxing ring. And he said, he is the owner of the ring. Because someone saying, oh, it's the association ring. He said he bought it, he told me he bought it from Roy Gums. So I can confirm that. And I said, Wycliffe, please to speak to Mr. Warner first. Which he did. He did. And I want to congratulate Mr. Warner. I spoke to him at length, and I went back again and speak to him. He spoke to me going to the alley. I saw him yesterday, and I speak to him again. And I assured him that I am going to get the truck that carried on the thing the day before and get 1 or 2 fellas, and we go to assist him with bringing down the ring. The ring is between the alley by Massey's house there, where he has his business. So I'm going to do, and I assured him that when we finish, we're going to have people down there. So we'll ask them to assist us to put back the ring and the pickup again. I can take that responsibility to carry them back.
Okay.
Rather than leaving them people destroy the things, you know, these young people. So I am going to supervise to make sure that nothing go wrong. Because you see, the Port Authority, I want to thank Miss Nadia Deming. They are going to be streaming the whole thing live all day. I want to thank them. It's going to be big action. Trust me. I have certain speakers, as I said, they say, there was a young lady who said I assisted her when she was doing her exams and so. And she wanted to contribute $100 to one of the girls, any swimmer. And she wanted to be a motivation speaker. So I'll have a saying something down there as well. I'm going to have my workshops and so.
Okay.
You have to give them that impetus now and bring them forward, you know, and she'll be assisting down there with the thing. We'll have a holy, and I want to thank Miss Precious Mills because she was there last and she recorded all of the names is proper. We're going to have somebody there to make sure that nobody cheat nothing this year. Now, one person I miss, and I want to say, Mr. Earl Clark. He was hospitalized. I went to see him, and he was real down. I heard he was in the home, and I went down there. I said, let me go down there myself. And I went down there in the one where Miss Berridge was, down to the back. They said, no, go up the other one up Cleverly Hill. I said, no, let me go up this one first by, what's the guy named? Ken. Ken's wife is a nurse. And a friend of, because she said she remember when the Paxton Hospital, I was the one who wrote the history for the hospital. If you go in the Paxton Hospital, you see my name on the thing there. As you go in, you see it there by Winston Zach Nisbet. So the thing about it is that I went there and I saw him, and I had to speak, take my time and speak, but he understand was me there. And we had a good long chat there.
Okay, so he's okay then?
He's coming around. He said he's coming around. But I just want the public to know, because over the years, he has been the stalwart behind me. And he always there on time. Even though he had an amputee, he was there and you couldn't do no stupidness there. He carried the whole weight. He is a man amongst men. And you have to recognize these people early. Someone the day we are going to do so. And I encouraging people to go down there. It's past the Methodist Church and pass in there just to say hello and that sort of thing to him, because he has done a lot in terms of policing. And I remember as a little boy when you go in school and you ain't go to school, and so all Clark coming behind you and Mike's Harris, and then you got to run until, you know, run like hell from them. When you see you climbing down the bay and all kind of thing, and you all Clark coming or Mike's coming, you had to make your running. So the thing about it is that all those things they are very important people, and we need to recognize them. We have the backstroke, which is the heavy duty races. We have the backstroke, that is one, the serious race. The long distance underwater dive. We have the breaststroke, the butterfly, the freestyle. The main prizes we give is the long distance underwater dive. That's the dangerous one, and the backstroke, and the long distance swim. So we are making sure we have enough prizes to carry. Harpers already indicate the sounding. Chinatown. I remember one year Chinatown gave us a small little television and that sort of thing. And I come here with that because I'm a very serious man. And I approach these people, and the response has been overwhelming because I don't make joke when I go there. And when I'm finished, the morning when I'm done, I go personally to these people to thank them. Indigo Yacht, Warner's One Stop, all of them on board. This year we have Island Otter Paths. I was up there. This is the first time they'll be coming on board. You understand me? So I have never seen a response like this. Best for less. Sun Island closed. I mean, these people giving and giving from the heart. If I miss out anybody, when the time comes, as soon, what do you call it, Burger King. The first time they came on board last year, they gave 13 Burger King meals. And I met with the boss man. He said, I am going to do the same again today. So everything, the assurance is there. The thing is there, what do you call it, Lime. I sent a letter to them. I'm looking for a response. They normally give phone and your different things and so. And Kentucky, I went up there. I went there myself, so I know these people. And what we call tropical shipping, all these persons have online. So it looks like things are going. So I'm begging people to give ham. The ham is important. I check on what's his name there, Kumar, they are going to come on board as well. First time approaching Best Buy. It's spoke today. Because you see, I want the ham. The ham is the real thing. And the ham is the sweetness. And we are going to incorporate a lot more games. Whatever it is, we want to stretch it. And we want to have a little band there in the afternoon from 6 to 8. And I have the band in mind. So when I get the okay for that, then the breweries as well. How could I forget the breweries? Breweries that give us all the tents we want. Drinks. The breweries give us with drinks, all the different products. Cascab gave us 32 cases of drinks one year. Next year they came and they gave us 54 cases. So everybody was getting a whole case of drinks. But this year now, we don't. Last year we got 6 cases from them island purified water. All these persons we have, and we want to thank them. Yes, and as they give, we want to make it abundantly clear. Everything is transparent, and we want to thank them for contributing. It's a national thing. It is a sport that generates a lot of enthusiasm, and we are going to make the day a wonderful day. We want to thank all those contributors. The what you call the electricity department, they give the pole, thanks to Mr. Jomo and his team. I can remember one year he actually came down with the pole and put it on the pier. So that is important as well. And all of the other persons who put in their foot, those who provide the meals for the Coast Guard and that thing, water and everything.
I'm here talking to Mr. Zach Nisbet, who's having the aquatic sports Easter Monday. Easter Monday, is it, Mr.?
Easter Monday, the 10th.
Okay, it's 10th of...
very shortly.
It's around the corner. Yeah. Okay, so any last people you'd like to thank?
Yeah, man, and I'm just encouraging persons to call my number is 664-9016. Just say what you want to give, because I have to make a note of it. And if you're giving a couple things, I like them itemized so that I can put them out on the board. Exactly what they give. Kore's wholesale, Kore hardware, all of those persons, whatever they give, I want to highlight it, because it's significant when people take up their stuff and give you. You want to be accountable for it. And it's very important, because the more they give, the better it is for the persons who are participating. So I want to thank all those persons, the EMS service and the Red Cross and those persons. I want to thank them from the bottom of our hearts. I have a good team there this year. So Bonnie, as I say, Bonnie is the man normally start the races, and Bonnie is a tower of strength. There.
What you name, Bonnie or Bunny? Which one?
Bonnie, whatever it is. Everybody, nobody. He's the man, all them sports and the racing and so. He's always, he has been involved in this thing for over 30 years now, you know. Bonnie always there. So we want to thank him. We are going to get somebody else to replace Al Clark to make sure that the races are started on time and everything go well. Not anybody fitting in and doing as they like. So, and the prize giving, we want it to be of class. Because people come, they're rushing, they're making noise. Oh, I don't get this already, I want the prize. No. They don't have to pay a halfpenny for those things. So they should appreciate what they get. And we are going to make sure that I ain't got no joke at all to make. Want to thank everybody. But the boxing, all those youngsters, please, you must register. All the swimmers, we have a table there with a lady sitting down there with a book and pen. You have to register your name. And all those small boys who feel like they could take it out on somebody else, get your challenger, come to me, say, look, Mr. Nisbet, I am John Brown. I want to challenge Frank Thomas. Make sure you put the name. So when you come down, we know that you're coming to box. We have the gloves. Bumpy will be there with all his gloves. Got a lot of gloves, a lot of headpieces. And we are going to try to have someone around there who accustomed to that kind of thing, like, what you call it, like a medical type of thing, to make sure that everything go well.
All right, folks, so in here speaking to Mr. Zach Nesbitt, I'd like to thank you very much for being a part of National Showcase tonight and giving you a little 10 cents piece. And hope everyone who's going to come into that's what do you call it? Aquatic sports, have a wonderful time down there. You know what I mean? You have a bar, you have food, you got everything down there ready for them.
Every single thing ready, ready for them. Okay. And the thing about it is that as long as you contribute, you must get a space down there. You can be outside and you're contributing. You must come in there to be a part inside there and make that abundantly clear.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Mrs. Wang. All right, then. Good night to you. Appreciate it. That's the sound of Bruce Carrots talking about the clean jamming, something originally done by Contender. What classic we had in those days, huh? Five minutes moving up to 10 o'clock. Just speaking to Zach Nesbitt, telling you all about the aquatic sports coming up on August the 1st. I mean, August the 1st. August Monday. August Monday, sir. Easter Monday. Wow, the 10th. You wonder what pump beef sticks? Whoops. What pump beef sticks are you making here tonight? Tell me about it. Ah, boy. Well. Folks.
Good night, good night.
confidence.
For 2 years and more you left me locked down in confinement, starving for action and some good fun and excitement. I miss the reality, all the ecstasy, all the joy you bring, all of that and more was missing. I miss all your costumes and fantasy, carnival. I miss all the Juve Jam revelry, carnival. Try technology, do it virtually. Break the monotony that was driving me crazy. I was so glad to hear all the restrictions clear. So carnival this year I welcome you back in full gear. I welcome you back with your music, song and dance. I welcome you back like a sweet romance. Carnival, you're always on my mind. So I welcome you back with your sweet, sweet wine, 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 wine. I welcome you back, I'm really glad you come. To fill my desires, make me feel wholesome. Locked down in this virtual prison, fantasizing for you to come back and give me the real thing, ooh, real thing. January to get ready for all the extracurricular activity. We saw the jam session, non-stop action. All the bacchanal are a part of what makes you carnival. I'm just walking up behind the big band carnival. Thousands of revelers waving hands, carnival. All the festivities, people packing up like bees. Everywhere is pretense, we going from party to party. It makes me real happy to come back to me. I couldn't wait to sing to welcome you back in full swing. I welcome you back with your music, song and dance. I welcome you back like a sweet romance. Carnival, you're always on my mind. So I welcome you back with your sweet, sweet wine, 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 wine. I welcome you back, I'm really glad you come. Fill my desires, make me feel wholesome. Locked down in this virtual prison, fantasizing for you to come back and give me the real thing, ooh, real thing. Finish up on me body works and looking fine. I have a new spring in me waistline for your sweet wine. Charge me battery, I'm ever ready. Wide open and free to receive your sweet vibes. All over me, bumper refurbished to bounce around. Carnival, bumper to bumper traffic in town. Carnival, I have a new license for misbehaving. Long time I've been waiting to get a piece of the real thing. Now that you've arrived, I feel so alive. On the full course, I welcome you back. Give it to me full force. I welcome you back with your music, song and dance. I welcome you back like a sweet romance. Carnival, you're always on my mind. So I welcome you back with your sweet, sweet wine, 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 wine. I welcome you back, I'm really glad you come. Fill my desires, make me feel wholesome. Locked down in this virtual prison, fantasizing for you to come back and give me the real thing. Ooh, the real thing. Oh, la la la. Carnival swing.
That's the sound of Sweet Kibi. Mango Julie Kibi.
The real thing. Ooh, real thing.
According to Abba Lively to say, he and Kibi want me to soak her. Imagine that, eh? Abba Lively thin like a pin. And you can see how Kibi is, eh? Oh boy, fella, imagine that. Hey, I got Mark the Force here with me tonight. And we're going to have some fun, alright? So feel no way. We're going to drop this one on you so long. Okay? Lord Father. What come square, come down, come up, come cross. Ah boy. Well. This is how we're gonna go. This is how we're gonna be tonight now.
Met him in a party. He said that he liked my body, wanted to come groove me. Could see that he wanted me, but I tell him, baby, this ain't no easy walkway. Don't mind how I groove, yeah. I got a man at home, and all I did is his cigar. I down low, and I give it to him. He likes the way I move, and it's only for him. So all of what you see belongs to a man. Yes, yes. He said, listen, baby, I can hear what you're saying. So you got a man at home. What that got to do with me? I like what I see, yeah, and I see in what I wanted. So come on and groove me, yeah. I got a man at home.
Remember those days when you're playing calypso music, I mean soca music, your foot drum gaga, fast, boop, 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 boop. Imagine that, eh?
Every year around Christmas we have a big fest. There is nothing like it around the world yet. Sylvan sing man with the queen and calypso. If that is half of the whole thing, I hit me big too. So I want to come forward. Jamming in the carnival, come forward. We don't want to stop at all, come forward. Play on with the father man, come forward. Come and lend a helping hand, come forward, come forward, come forward, come forward.
I remember that song, I remember that song, you know. That song used to rock. When I tell you rock, sink his sneepers, rock, sink his sneepers, they sound like a thunder coming through the thing because believe me, I'm gonna say a pleasant good night to you, Mark the First, good night to you.
Good night, the King.
Oh my God.
Mickey Stokes, aka Uncle Mick.
You know, I'm gonna start you with this here. I always jealous your name. Yeah, you know, when you say your man say Mark the First, you know, so if you're a judge, the first thing you're gonna think about, get the first one, the prize, the first Mark. So I must say good night to you. It's a pleasure having you here with me. And after all these years, I've been, let's say, a fan of yours. Maybe you don't know. After all these years being a fan of yours, a really, let's say, a really kind of let's say, angry that you're not singing anymore. What's happening, Marcus?
I guess the best explanation I can give is that at some point I had just moved on to other things in life. Because my involvement in the Calypso art form would have been at a time when I was basically getting into it as a hobby.
A hobby?
Really. And I never did advance to going professional, to put it that way, right? I basically started it out as a hobby, as an extension of one of my youthful likes, which was writing poetry. And of course, I also might have had a little bit of a blessing from the Almighty God that I was able to sing, I was able to turn a tune. And so I in my youthfulness, I observed other persons who were getting involved in that art form. And I also was mindful of other persons who would have also been gifted with the gift of writing poetry. And so I work out me by, you know, something. This is something that could give my life some meaning at that stage in my life, to express myself in the written word by way of poetry, and then in putting it to music. And like I said, at that time in my life, it was one of the things, and perhaps I should just say this, that many times the kinds of things that young people get into are really things that they think would cause them to kind of share a fellowship with their other peers, and sometimes even to get some attention and to have some satisfaction out of being in the community with other people. You share your talent and they share theirs, and you all just enjoy each other. And also, when it got to the level of performing for people now, to kind of help to excite the fans as well, just to make people happy.
I must say that you know, you are one of the guys who used to, let's say, I want to put it in I don't want to say the wrong word because people out there listening to me, and I don't want nobody give me the word. But you was one of the guys who used to rub Eddie Matt's hard. When I tell you hard.
Yeah, you see what happened is that at the time when I got into it, Ellie Matt was just coming into his own as a young person in the art form with a gift, a phenomenal gift for music.
Yes.
And also the gift of lyricizing. And so he was really coming into his own, and he had a huge fan base.
Oh, you tell me about
he
it.
He had a huge fan base.
A big
so
fan base.
Everybody, including myself, wanted to aspire to being in the same room with him, so to speak.
Okay.
In fact, I remember Ellie Matt from high school, because when I went to Basti High School, he was there. He was in a higher class than myself, I think, right? And so I was a follower of his exploits in terms of a young man getting into music and the band scene and so on. And I was like, boy, that guy, the popular boy, that boy, got it going on, you know? And so, hey, you know, you want to be in it too.
Of course.
You know, you want to do something too. Now, it wasn't all about that, though,
I understand.
Because it was about also being happy with myself, doing something that I also wanted to do because I wanted to do it. But Ellie Matt was also a big inspiration in that he was somebody to say, well, that's a standard that I want to attain. I want to be able to move people the way that he does. And that was a whole different dimension to it. You know?
I understand.
But he was really a big inspiration.
Yes. He to me too.
A big
Believe
inspiration.
Me. To me too. You had songs like Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Sol.
Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Sol.
So what a song!
That was in 1978. That was several years after my first entry. But that song, Lasso, it was inspired by a folk tale that was going around the community of St. Kitts at that time. That said that some young man from out in the rural areas was walking home one night, and he was going down a cane range. Those days, all over the country was full of cane field, right? And he was going home, and he was walking down the cane range. And in walking down the cane range, he realized that this person started following him, literally chasing him, and the person was using a lasso. And so there was this big thing going on. People afraid to walk at night now. People afraid to walk at night now because lasso man in the country. And you don't want the lasso man to catch you. And if he catch you, you can cut out your heart and all kind of. I mean, you know how these things start up and then the myth gets going. And I walk out to myself, like, boy, you know something? Carnival coming up. And music is music.
Of course.
And there are two notes on the scale of music called la and so.
So, nice.
La, so. And in fact, they come after one another.
Yes, yeah.
Do, re, mi, fa, so, la.
Yeah.
Well, so, la, and then back to so. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so. So I work out, I start to weave that into some lyrics to say, all right, so they're talking about this lasso man.
Okay.
But for Carnival, we're talking about music. So I'm going to use the lasso, and that my lasso would be made from the scale of notes. Stronger than a piece of rope.
That was awesome.
Stronger than a piece of rope.
It was awesome. Let me tell you, awesome song. That was an awesome song.
The way it was framed, the way it was put together, the way it was constructed is that when I reached to that part in the words, the actual notes were in fact la and so.
Imagine that.
So it was do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, la, so, la, so, la, so, la, so,
Yes.
la, so. I'm now going crazy all over the country. Jamen, la, so, jamen, la, so. Music in me body, a lasso in me baby. You know what I'm saying? Well, look at confusion. Man lasso in the woman.
Yes, man, what a lyrics. You know what, hey, man, you went
so
deep.
It was really a burst of creativity, I believe.
Yeah, man, you went deep.
Thank Almighty God for that. A burst of creativity, and I said,
Definitely.
why?
You know, nobody was aware.
And as I said, that was 1978. Now, 1978 was a year when the Heat Waves band under Bruce Skerritt and Vincent Juicy Byron and Zwet Laws and all those guys made a decision to take 5 Calypsonians to Puerto Rico, to Ocho Studios, to do 5 45 RPM recordings. Now, we had to come up with the funds, of course, so each one of us had to come up with our own funds. And so I jumped at the opportunity, and it was the only time that I actually went into that kind of a recording studio and did a proper studio recording with 2 songs, Lasso, and another one called Awake.
Awake, take a change.
Take the pains of me straight.
What a song.
From east, west,
No,
north,
you know what I mean?
Awake.
You know, this is why I say to myself, you was coming up with such classics, such great songs. So when you stop, it hurt me. Yeah, it hurt me because I was always listening out for you, coming with, because folks like you, I mean, like we could have compared with any other Caribbean country.
Yeah.
When it comes to individuals singing calypso songs at that time, right? Because they had the short short and the swallow and so in Trinidad, I mean in Antigua, you know, Sparrow them. Because in those days, those guys used to come down here, you know. They used to go perform in the Apollo Cinema.
Oh, yeah. Man, we had some wonderful days with
Yeah.
that. Listen, and not only the big shots like Short Shot and Swallow, but they had some guys who used to come here every year.
Yeah.
Guys like Lion, you know? Used to come here every year, used to sing in the tent.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was a limbo dancer with Tonka when I saw Kitchener.
There's a guy used to come over here
from
Antigua. He used to be into T-shirts.
Yes.
His name was LMR. They used to call him LMR. He was a popular figure, a popular feature on the calypso and music circuit in St. Kitts.
We have a fan here want to talk to you personally, so I don't know if you don't
Yeah?
know if you want to.
Hey, what's going on? Oi.
good thing I hit me big toe. So I want to.
Yes, so you see, you tell your market, they got people who actually love you so much that you know when you stop singing, it's like a piece of my ribs gone.
You see, the thing is,
Hmm?
right?
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah, the thing is, I did have a gap at one point when I had stopped entering competition for a few years. And then it was when I returned to competition in 1983, galvanized, of course, by the independence competition. And I decided, well, I can't miss the independence Calypso competition. So I got back in 1983 after a few years of absence. And the performance was well received, I would imagine, because I was able to make a place on the eventual final show. And as a result of that performance in the Independence Calypso competition, I then said, well, this is my time to get back into the Carnival competition. And that was when I was fortunate enough to actually get the crown, the National Carnival crown, in December of '83.
Okay. And I must tell you that you've been, let's say, the kind of classics like you've been doing. Okay, it's about 10 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock now. What I would like you to do, you remember the Little Black Man?
The adjustment.
Boy, yeah. That was a song that was inspired really by a children's story that we used to hear on Radio Paradise about the little red hen.
Oh my God.
The little red hen set out to do this thing, and the pigs say he won't, and the dogs say
They
he won't,
won't.
and everybody
Yes,
say they won't.
I remember that.
And so on. And I wanted to make a commentary. I wanted to make a commentary on, it was, one would say, a political commentary at the time, because in my youthful days I was not into a lot of politics, but I have never been into a lot of politics.
I feel you.
But at that time I was just making a commentary, and based on my association with my grandparents and so on, I say, you know something, okay. And I say, the little black man set out to build his country, and I used that theme for that song.
Beautiful.
It went down well.
Could I ask you a question? Could you perform it for me?
But I wonder why.
Yeah, well, folks,
I could try.
We're screening and
I could try.
You know,
if I
at
remember
least
the words, let me sure. That was 1977, eh?
Okay. Wow.
1977.
Imagine that, huh?
You articulated the building of the country within that song, which was significant. Little Black Man building.
Okay. All right. Come fix me, Marcus. Because I would like him to perform the song with me, for me.
It's here, right
Okay,
here.
beautiful.
Right here.
All right then, so.
A little black man set out to build his country. He couldn't find enough people to help him. Well, they look around and they realize more than half the town looking on to criticize. But he could not shake this challenge to build, so he set to work with an iron will, and he asked them, who will help me build my little country? Well, the doctors them say won't, I said the lawyers them say won't, mechanics and bakers, academics, makers, all of them say they won't. So the little black man said, alright, I go do that myself. And he did. I say he did. We all know he did. doing licks. This little black man went into politics. He made so much good that he graduated, then came stage good, and he became head of state. When he reached a height that you walking still, he took dynamite and then roll on a hill, and he tell them, help me build an international airport. Well, they got many nations to come and ship. We don't want no JTS strip. Mechanics, makers, academics, makers, they could not agree with it. I said no. So the little black man said, well, okay, I will look at my son. And he did. Oh, he did. Country had a dying sugar industry. Economic distress from field to factory. Well, the rescuer, he called it Cyro, was the forerunner of the savior. Nako, diversification was an all-time must, and all production is getting its thrust. But when he asked them, who will help me save the sugar industry? Where did I could glucose in my tea, I could use it plain coffee, lemonade, soft drinks, ginger beer, and mommy, even sweeten them with honey. Yes. So the little black man said, well, I see you don't agree with me. We rescue and revitalize the whole industry. Determine the country's existence. All right. This black man started planning independence. Now the whole attachments want to dip their hand in the government and eat the fruits of this land. Time passes with a faithful friend who stood by the black man's side. And for me, and for you, and for you, they all put up there. But when he asked them, who will help them build the country? This one you put that say they will. I said the lawyers that say they will. Mechanics and bakers, academic bakers, all of them say they will. So the little black man said, well, you didn't help me to build. So strong with your will, your will, your will, your will, your will.
Ah, boy. I must say thank you. What a song, what a song, what a beautiful, beautiful song. And folks, I mean, if you guys got a phone, you could just check in ZIZonline.com and see this guy performing. You know, this guy still got this. Oh my goodness, he still got this the special. And I always must say, I must always say that for years I'm watching Mark the First, because Mark the First, I always say I'll just love the name Mark the First. He had this silver spot in the center.
Yeah.
Special.
I have a little treat back here.
Hello, ZIZ. I can't hear you. I beg nothing?
Lord of mercy.
Yes, we'll put the words.
It was a little rusty, but you know.
No.
This song is dedicated to my people, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, on the occasion of 10 years of independence. Just 10 years ago in history, September 1983, what a memory, glorious memory. Big groundbreaking ceremony, right down there in Wanna Park for the world to see. Well, some architects had gone up to England with a plan to erect a building that we could call a nation. Then they came back to St. Kitts and Nevis, ready to begin construction. Well, since that day in Wanna Park, there has been no turning back. The building site's been real busy, like a beehive of activity, with workers drawn from every sphere, materials from far and near. Concrete evidence is clear. With construction in high gear, we start building. Oh Lord, building a great nation. The task of construction, we know, is a never-ending one. We have been through 10 years of growth. It feels like education and communication and building protection for women and with children and the workers of this land. So let's follow that plan and build on. A good building operation needs sound management and coordination. We must hire good contractors who could read the plans and give direction. Well, the first contractor was the PAM company. They came on stream in a partnership with a firm called NRP. Hand in hand, they began to lay down the foundation for the nation. Meanwhile, another contractor named Labour continued to put in their tender. CCM now in the building business since the winners of contract on Nevis. Now we're hearing something else lately about a brand new firm called UPP. But whoever the contractor might be, take this good advice from me, just keep building. Keep building up the country. We expect there will be, oh yes, more than one contracting party. It's 10 years of democratic tradition in this nation, with free and fair elections and diverse opinions, thus building the world's freest nation. So let's build on. All who really know construction will tell you the value of inspection. Fireproof materials function safer than the ones that cause explosion. Your materials must be of the real good quality, based on sound values established by the church community. and treated especially with a strong coating of some civic duty. We must build some strong uprights to withstand the drug termites. Put back in them old church lights, show up them social parasites. Be prepared to clamp down tight on them bad Johns who incite violence and crime for spite. Cast them out into the night and keep building. Keep building up our nation. This building construction, I say, has no room for destruction.
We have been to 10 years, boy.
It's 10 years and now we're pausing for stock taking. And we should examine to determine our shortcomings and be willing to clean house and to keep renovating and build on. In this national construction, there's a place for every occupation. Whatever your contribution, just don't undermine and please don't break down. You may never be seen in the social spotlight if you work in cane fields or hotels or at Pond industrial site. But it's the same vital function as the ones you hear mentioned on the news every night. Well, let me tell you, hats off to the nation's youth. Praise to all our civic groups, Calypsonians just like me, and sportsmen and women who work for free. Culturama and carnival, folklore workers standing tall, cleaning up voluntarily is the latest, greatest sight to see people building. See them building up the nation.
Oh, boy, it's a wonderful thing, man.
National construction has a task for everyone. We have just had 10 years and now we pause for celebration right throughout the nation. But this joyous occasion should function as a work break to make a new resolution to build on.
Wow, brother Hill, man, my brother, man, you're still, Mr. Politics say Mr. Politics say he can't move. He stick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, man. Look, you see this man performing like a champion, man. Still, you still got this moves, Oh my God.
No, it's a different ball game today, though. A different ball game today. I would have to if I were to get back into competition, I would have to be mindful of some of the different nuances that are at play right now. Yes. Some of the different things that might cause a different reaction from a younger generation. So I would have to be mindful of all that. So I guess I would probably need to have an advisor or somebody to say, listen, no, this is what people are gravitating to. But of course, the lyrics, you ought not to you have to stick to good lyrics. You have to stick to lyrics because, trust me, some of the lyricization that I'm hearing today, a lot of it is very repetitious, and a lot of it is like persons taking the easy way out. So, for example, if you hear a set of lyrics coming out of, say, Trinidad Carnival, just wait for it. You're going to hear some similar lyrics coming out in our local carnival. And similarly, and I am thinking that persons need to go back to creativity again and come up with new ideas. Now, that would be the challenge. Now, I'm not saying that I would be able to deliver that. But I'm just saying that my observation tells me that that is something that needs to be addressed by persons who are seeking to get the approval of an audience who wants something fresh, who wants something just as spicy maybe, but something that has a message, something that has a story to tell. And not like you're repeating somebody else's story, but you're coming with your own story. So that would be one of the big challenges. And it takes a lot really to get to that stage, because I know that a lot of the artists of today might not have the means by which they can actually get deep into their creativity, because there's so much there is so much distractions around, you know. There's so much noise around that you can't really get into a zone where you can be creative. So you really have to make a big effort if you want to do that. And a lot of them, they're not able to get into that zone, and then Christmas and Carnival come on and they feel they got to do something, and so they just knock up something. And that has been one of the challenges. That used to be my challenge too, so I am not saying that I have not been affected by that. But if they are to be successful, if they are to be making a difference, if they are to be making their own mark, they have to really get down to some deep reflection and go by the beach. Well, okay, you don't have the cane ranges anymore. I used to go up the cane range.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. I used to walk up them cane range in Kayan and so on, right? All up Green Hill and Whites and Brighton Estate. And I used to get my inspiration from just being...
The atmosphere.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is important.
So it's not an easy thing, but I'm just saying that this is the challenge that artists would face if they had to come up with something that is wholesome and creative and that really causes people to really say, okay, I can identify with those lyrics there. And not repetitious lyrics coming from songs that you heard the year before and the year before from somewhere else.
I feel you.
That is one of the big challenges that we have.
Black man thing,
yeah.
That is creativity.
Yeah.
And to know who you're singing about.
Okay. So no, that's okay, no, man. Because I mean, it's the youths them who's actually singing want to sing calypso should you know, like, you know, that kind of thing that you have to inspire them with them.
I acknowledge it is not easy, because when you have to cater to a repetitious cycle, and Christmas and Carnival comes around so fast, you know, before you know it, there's so many distractions in the year, and then next thing you hear Christmas and Carnival coming on, and you want to come up with a song. It's not easy. So what persons have to do is to try and isolate themselves away from those distractions and give themselves time to get into their creativity. That's what it actually would take. I used to be challenged, and so it's not that I'm bashing anybody, because I used to have the same challenge too. Right?
I hear you. Okay.
So
wow. Hey folks, I'd like to apologize for the a lot of folks been calling, and sometimes this phone does freak out. And so sometimes you can't hear the person, so I apologize for that. A lot of people been calling for Mark the First, but when I say hello, I don't hear anything on the other side of the line. So I'm so sorry that you know, you can't get a chance. Like Mr. Politics want to talk to you, but he said.
Good night, bye. Good night, Mr. Politics, and all those persons who listen to the National Showcase. A very, very good night to you all. I do appreciate the fan following that I would have had during my heyday, and I appreciate the fact that some persons are still mindful of it and are prepared to acknowledge it and to even give me a little flowers
while you're living. Right then, I love that. Yeah, man, because man, you know, you as I tell you already, that you have a special silver spot in the center of your hair, and like I just like you watch it and laugh and say, and it take you, you know, it take you, man. You look really good with it. I must say that. You look really nice with it. So, I'd like to thank you very, very much once again for being a part of our National Showcase. And we have you on we have you on ZIZonline.com, National Showcase, and you could actually look at it next month, and see yourself performing here with us on National Showcase. So, once again, any last words before you go?
I want to piggyback on something that you just said.
Okay.
That I would be able to go back and look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really wish that they would have had this kind of technology way back in 1983. Because one of my biggest regrets is that I have never, ever been able to view my winning performance from 1983 carnival competition. I've never been able to see it on television. And unfortunately, those analog tapes that they used to have those days, they're no longer available, and apparently there was no opportunity to digitize them before they went out of whack. And so I've never been able to see my winning performance of Angels, with those angels coming over. Never been able to see it. So that is one of my regrets, right? That's one of my regrets. But I do appreciate though the fact that you, Mr. Stokes, has taken the initiative to invite me here to be a part of this show, to at least enjoy myself a little bit too, you know, in my old age, you know.
And I am glad that you brought back certain reflections, especially on some of the civic movement. It was well composed, and it was creativity at the best.
The Little Black Man was sung in 1977, right? And I would have thought too that that would have been one of my earliest strong years, because when I got into it in 1974, it was via the Road March route mainly, which took me straight to the finals with another song called Mommy West Indies. But in 1977, I had this song called The Little Black Man, which was a commentary, kind of quasi-political commentary. And then I had another song, which I felt in my innocence was a totally different song with a different commentary. And some persons felt that on the one hand I seemed to be praising the government, and in the other round I seemed to be criticizing the government. And people, being a little immature, they looked at it that way and made strong comments that if I didn't do that I would have win. I said, so is that you got to do to win? So I saw the songs as two different songs, two different commentaries. And one was really a commentary on the socio-political environment at the time, and the other one was a commentary on the story of the Little Black Man. And I didn't make it to the finals. I don't remember if I had place, but I didn't make it to the finals in 1977.
One of my best songs, and I don't know, before you leave, you should do it, Mommy West Indies. That's a song out of this world.
You want to find it from here?
Mommy West Indies. What a song.
Before Angels.
What a song. Yes.
Wow, I don't know if I got you waiting.
Before Angels.
No, Mommy West Indies.
Wait,
Boy, what a song.
On this one here.
On this here? Okay, take it out and plug it, push it.
Remember,
Mommy
Folks, we're having
West
some fun
Indies.
tonight.
What
Today
a
is
song.
just asking for songs after songs after songs.
Mommy West Indies. Mommy, Mommy West Indies. Boy, what a song. That was a classic.
I feel like I must be some water. You're tired.
That was a real song. That was a real song.
Oh boy. Yes, folks.
That song could have sung anywhere.
Okay.
It's an international song.
When they did this?
Okay, the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me put in the next one. Okay, put in the next one.
Mommy West Indies.
So we got back
Boy,
the
what
first
a
here tonight.
song.
We'll be having some fun.
Brother.
Coming out. Mommy.
Just sharp and beautiful.
That's a boss,
Okay. Yeah.
Mommy.
Okay.
Mommy West Indies. Boy, what a song.
Which one I say Angels, right?
Yes, Angels. Angels.
Oh boy.
So we're going to do Angels, alright?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do Angels. So folks, get your phone, watch at National Showcase on ZIZonline.com and Facebook, YouTube and thing, and you can see Mark, the first one of our classicals, because I mean he's gold, okay?
Yes.
He is gold. I mean, this guy used to be a guy that actually like make us say wow. He used to wow me with his performance. He used to look good on stage,
Plenty lyrics.
sound good on stage, and his lyrics and his music always, I remember one time we played Come Forward, baby girl, every night and come forward, and don't go left, don't go right, come. Them is songs that I mean could never die. You know what I mean? And it's happy to really have him here with us tonight, so you folks on the outside world could know who Mark the First is, and the songs that he contribute to the Federation over the years. So we're here to thank him very much for giving us all this beautiful music. National Showcase, this is National Showcase, so you know what this means. That we showcase our nationals, our folks, once every 2 weeks, twice a month. I'm going to have some, I hope to have somebody in the house because I don't have any producers, so I have to produce it myself. I have to call the guys them and set them up and let them know, please come on this time. Sometimes ask them to come on this time, but something pop up. So I have to cancel it, kind of thing.
Mark is exceptional.
He's, as Zach just say, he's an exceptional artist.
Yes.
Look good, sound good.
Strong lyrics.
Yeah.
Lyrics is, oh my God.
Oh, yes.
You ready? Yeah. Okay, so all you got to do is press it and just go pop on. All right?
Just.
Here we go. All right.
The trumpets have been sounded. The way forward is clear. But there is much concern about some attitudes I fear. In this emergent nation, life really could be swell if everyone would put country above self. But it's profiteering and wheeling and dealing. It's a shame to see some petitions and divisions still fighting. Will the leaders decide to take a stand and restore some promise to this land and prove that they really love this nation? If we must struggle under this strain of lust and greed, if on the blood of the poor man the merchants plan to feed, if on both sides of the house our leaders fail to lead, I must concede that can be right. We resolve to fight, struggle day and night, struggling on, yes, to be guardian angels of truth and light, to crush the wrong and uphold the right. Guardian angels, angels of truth and light. Hey! An independent nation undoubtedly will fall if when conflicts arise there is no maturity from all. The average man must be free to voice his opinion without fear of victimization. And if you do not agree with the ones in authority, it don't make no sense you vow to destroy anyone completely. Tell the newspapers it's time to build. It's a crying shame how they cussing still, dragging the name of the country downhill. If the government intends to rule with arrogance and spite, if the opposition's envious plan is to provoke a fight, if the newspapers will still insist on printing shite, I must cite that can be right. We resolve to fight, struggle day and night, struggling on, yes, to be guardian angels of truth and light, to shun the wrong and uphold the right. Guardian angels, angels of truth and light. Yeah. battle cry is ringing across the whole region. The people are disillusioned with the leaders of their lands. It matters not whether they're in government or opposition. I said they're out of touch with the people's aspiration. Take a look at CARICOM. We talk about integration. When push come to shove, all are we taking individual action. Alright, so we take a stand on Grenada, but do we intend to go further? Initiating action in world fora. Will we go down to South Africa after Grenada? Will we rescue the struggling masses in Namibia? Will we call for help from great and mighty America? If not, well, that can't be right. We resolve to fight, struggle day and night, struggling on. Yes, to be guardian angels of truth and light, to oppose what's wrong and hold fast to right. Guardian angels, angels of truth and light. In Calypso competition, I just always come on strong. Yet they always find some strange reason why they should keep me down. I never stoop to cussing and giving jokes on the final show. The situation at home and abroad, I always let you know. Yet some damn crazy judging still have poor me suffering. Regardless of what I sing, it seems Mark the First can be king. Lord, I try and try without much success, till I decide I'm gonna take a rest. But now I come back and I'm gonna prove to them who is the best. It's true, I know that competition does be real tight, and judges do get frightened when the tension reach a height. But judges are more mature and will crown the true king tonight, or else we'll say that can't be right. We resolve to fight, struggle day and night. Oh, to be guardian angels of truth and light, to oppose what's wrong and hold fast to right. Guardian angels, angels of truth and light.
Oh boy, that's Mark the First. Backed by the police brass, Mark the First, believe it or not, man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you coming in.
Dinara.
Okay, what I mean.
Dinara. In Espanol.
Okay.
Don't mention.
Okay then, so yes, my boo. It's 25 before 11, so any last words before you go, Mr. Marcus? Oh my God, that is a good evening.
Just to say what a privilege, what a tremendous privilege it has been to be able to come to the ZIZ studio tonight.
You want to speak to Marcus?
To be involved in this evening's national showcase. And I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for the opportunity. And I'm also grateful for the fact that you, Mr. Mick Stokes, would have seen it fit to have even thought about little old me.
No man, I can't forget you, man. You're special. You're always special in my heart. You know what I mean? And so you have to be a part of this. And you have a lot of fans calling you, but sometimes the phone works, sometimes the phone works.
ZIZ, of course, is always a better place for the innovative show makers like yourself, Jazzy D, Chico, This guy who comes on the morning show.
GQ.
Mr. GQ. Oh, come on. the innovation and the creativity, ZIZ is a better place for it. And I thank you for involving me in this initiative tonight. And I also want to thank the many persons out there who may have been trying to call and were not able to get through, and to let you know that I still am quite thrilled by the fact that you have thought that I was something
special. You are.
Special, I mean.
You are something special.
Come on, no, maybe so. I mean, I've always had to live under the inspiration of some even greater guys. I have been on the shoulders of people like Ellie Matt and all those other people, the contenders, the directors, the Star Shields, the Sweeneys. Me, by the way, hey.
You know, you come with them, you know.
Over here, boy.
Yes, man. You know, if you came in them guys when you know, a whole arm. Yes.
Huh?
Yes, man.
All those guys from Sandy Point, the back buses and the alleys and them fellas, they all entertainer for me. Boy, wait, boy, listen.
Yes, man.
You better stop me now, because if I...
man, you go, yeah, man.
This
is what you know, this is where you...
Thank you, everybody.
You know.
Bless up.
Thank you, man. All right, then.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, I'd like to thank you very much for being a part of National Showcase.
I'm sorry, I didn't get talk to the person.
That's okay. He hear you, man. He hear you. Okay, so thank you very much, Mark the First, for being a part of National Showcase. Oh, yeah, I guess we have to see the card, the phone. So, yeah, you answer the phone, not me.
Hello, yes. Yes, hey, where's the boy? I'm so... Hey, what is it, Chukai? Chukai. What is this, me boy Chukai? I'm sorry. Yeah, again, I just want to reiterate my appreciation for the opportunity to come here to ZIZ Studios with the most honorable Mickey Stokes, and to ask you to share my sentiments with all of the other innovative DJs and programmers that we have, including the ZIZ and the GQs and the Chicos and the whole gang, the Bradley, the guy who is here on Saturday afternoons, the Ronnie Rascal, all of them, right? So, just want to say thank you and big up to all of them.
Specifically to bring our seniors out of their homes in an environment where they can mingle, they can have fun among their very own age group.
Yes. What is this? Sing it in, me girl. Good to hear your voice, man. Good to hear your voice.
Okay. She's stationary.
Yes, all right. You take care.
As seniors have, and the stories.
Dr. Hanley noted that every effort will be made to ensure that the seniors are comfortable and remain engaged with activities that stimulate their minds as well as their...
I really want to say thank you, and I want to encourage the younger artists. One of the things that I spoke about earlier tonight was that artists who are presenting would want to give themselves time to create things properly. And because of the fact that there are so many more distractions now, it is more challenging for them today than it was even in my time. So what they have to do is to intentionally set aside time to go into whatever zone.
Get the mindset.
Yeah, go into whatever zone that spurs them into creative thinking. In my day, I used to go up the Cane Range, away from all the hustle and bustle, and I used to be just with God and nature,
Yes.
and just create, right? I'm sure Elimat used to have a system that he used to do to have the beautiful music that he used to put out, right? And also the calypsos. And so what artists need to do is to set aside time. Don't get too busy in the year going to all the parties and so on, and you ain't got no time. And when carnival comes, you rush in and you just knock up something. Because trust me, it is a disservice to people. I have been through it, I have experienced it, and I haven't felt happy about when I would have not performed to my optimum. And I know when I have not performed to my optimum. And so I would feel as if I'm letting my fans down. So I am just saying this as a tip to the ones who are on the stage now, to use the time to get themselves and the creativity out of the way, get them under the belt before having to rush just because carnival come in. And then you just